questions, use the raise hand function to indicate you would like to ask a question. When you are called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. Coach Skinner, please give us a brief opening statement, and then we will go ahead with questions.
Well, just super proud of our team. Getting this done in the first ever Final Four for Kentucky is an amazing accomplishment for our program. And, so many players came before that, are here supporting us and watching on TV supporting us. And, that was for all of the former players and Kentucky Wildcats out there that, have been behind us for years. But, our team was unrelenting, and you got down in a hole in the first set, and I don't think you could tell what the score was on their face. And they just continued to battle. And, the serving that we put on tonight was really good to keep them off balance. And then just our defense, our defense continues to get better, and to hold a team like Purdue to the same percentage they did tonight is a great accomplishment for our defense.
Thank you, Coach. Now we'll go ahead with questions from the media. Please use the raise hand function to indicate you want to ask a question. When called upon, please state your name and affiliation first. Our first question is from Larry Gott. Please unmute yourself and ask your question. Go ahead, Larry.
Yeah, Larry Gott, BeltsViews.com. Craig had so many people play well, but I thought Gabby was just really impressive tonight. Maybe it's a little bias on my part, but I don't know. What did you think of her play tonight?
Well, she's just in control, and she's always is composed, and people play well around her because of that presence. And she had a lot of digs, really anticipated really well. The one or two times Purdue setter tried to dump, she was ready for the setter attack. And she just continues to have a confident, composed demeanor about her, and that's why she's so relaxed and able to make plays at a high level match like this.
Our next question is from Sam King. Go ahead, Sam.
Craig, Sam King from the Journal and Courier in Lafayette, Indiana. My questions are going to be more Purdue-based. First of all, congratulations. Secondly, what do you like about Dave's team where I know going into the season he said, I don't know what I've got here. I like my team, but a lot of young players, a lot of inexperience. And for them to get to the Elite Eight and to match up against you guys and play you pretty even in that first set, and then it seemed like the talent kind of took over. I think he kind of maximized what he had this year.
Yeah, I mean, I think, Dave and John and Kat, and, I grew up with John and Muncie, but, their team's, identity is the same each and every year. They serve tough. They play great defense. They transition hard. They never stop competing. And, we got a lot of kills, but it was not easy to get those kills. And so, I think they just put a lot of pressure on you to execute at a high level and keep you off balance with their serving, short serving, deep serving. And this year's team, I think, to be honest, was probably one of the best blocking teams that Purdue has had. And, so those are the things that stand out to me right now.
Second part of the question, what does Carly Kramer mean to your program? What's kind of her role with your staff? And I know that she was a big part of Purdue's program. And when she was here, she said, I really want to get to a Final Four. So how cool is that? She's along for this ride as well.
Carly's built for that. That's what, she's a winner. She always has been. And, she's relentless in her job and her effort to be really good at her job responsibilities, and great recruiter and great teacher. She cares a lot and very honest. And, she adds so much value to the program. We're lucky to have her.
Thank you, Craig. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Our next question will be from John Clay. John, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Craig, as you mentioned, you fell behind, a little slow start, fell behind early. I think you called timeout when it was 11-6. Do you remember what you said to them at that point, and what do you think turned around that first set for you?
Well, I think it was important for us in the first 10 points to get a feel for what the environment was going to be, what the feel of the match was going to be, how Purdue executes. And so I knew kind of regardless whether we were up or down in the first 10 points, it wasn't going to be smooth. And so, just the message in those situations is, the score is what the score is, and we have to be prepared for the next point. So, in that particular time, I don't remember what rotation is, call to play, and, let's be good right now. And, from the beginning of the match on, it was play the point, it's over, move on, play the point, move over, it's on. And I think that's what's most impressive to me, because if that set goes a different way, the whole complexity of the match can change. And so for us to be able to respond in adversity and down like that was obviously significant. We played really well at the end, but it may not have happened if we didn't turn it around at that moment.
Our next question will be from John Huang. Go ahead, John.
Hey, Craig, John Huang, NOLA Media, justthecats.com. I know how important this time has been for you. You've always been an ambassador for the sport, and you've been so passionate for the program. What does finally breaking through this Final Four barrier mean to you personally?
Well, it's certainly been a dream. I mean, just being able to compete in a Final Four as a player, being able to coach in the Final Four in the past, and I just want our players to feel what that's like and to understand, the reward of the effort you put in to get to this point. And the amount of effort this team has put in is unbelievable. And to get 9 months into the season to be able to do it, and to cap it off to be going to a Final Four and chance to go win a national championship is huge. And it means so much to the first class that was ever here at Kentucky when I got here, and all the others that followed, that, we always wanted to, have a dream to get to that point and be mentioned in the same sentence as, other teams have been in the Final Four and won national championships in the past. But, it continues. I still have dreams. One of my frustrations today was I look at ESPN app, I look at USA Today, and not one story on either app on the front page out of about 60 stories had anything to do with women's athletics or volleyball. And we had 8 Sweet 16 matches yesterday, and not one of them was mentioned. And so hopefully tomorrow, or the next day, that, it's a huge sport and it deserves that attention.
Our next question is from Lee Howard. Lee, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Lee Howard, WKYT Television in Lexington. Coach, congratulations. 2 straight nights of late night matches. First of all, how challenging was that for the players, just kind of going through the late night matches? And then how nice will it be to have a couple of days to prepare for Washington?
Well, I don't know. Maybe we should just keep playing late night matches. Maybe that's what we're built for. It's long. I mean, it is, you don't know exactly what to do all day. So we just say, this is what we're going to do now. It might change in an hour, and we just need to be prepared. And, going in tonight, we weren't quite as loose or kind of talkative when we coming over and, as we warmed up, but I just continue to have faith and confidence in this team. They've never let us down in terms of when the first whistle blows, they are focused and ready. And so huge tribute to our seniors for leading that way. And our upperclassmen just understand, how hard it is to win and to be successful. And so it'll be nice to have a couple days to rejuvenate a little bit, for sure.
Next question is from Hunter Mitchell. Go ahead, Hunter.
Hey, Craig, Hunter Mitchell, Cameron Mills Radio. It seemed like Allie tonight, she's had bigger kill totals throughout her career at Kentucky, but she kind of seemed to be that steadying force for you guys all night long. How important was she just to kind of get you all through kind of a tough first set and then throughout the rest of the match to kind of sustain that level of play?
She was huge. I mean, she was unstoppable for, 2 sets, and, some of the amazing plays. I mean, you may have seen the results of the ball she hit thumb down inside the block about 10-foot line, but prior to that, she was on the floor laying out with one hand, digging the ball, and then bump set by Elise Getzing, our middle, and then she crushes it for a kill. I mean, you cannot teach those types of plays. And so she, continued to make great plays, and serve reception was off the charts, but she plays the whole game, and she was definitely a difference maker tonight.
All right, for our final question, we will go back to Larry. Larry, go ahead.
Yeah, Craig, when your seniors came in, they openly talked so much about wanting to win a national championship and everything as freshmen before they'd ever played a match. So now that they've got to a Final Four, what do you think this moment means to them especially?
I mean, you can't recreate what it feels like to compete at this level and get to the pinnacle of your sport. It's a feeling that you have to earn, and you have to blood, sweat, and tears to get to it. I mean, we talked about it in the recruiting process with them, that was the goal, that was the mission, and they were going to come in and help us do that. And it wasn't easy, and there were a lot of ups and downs, and they continued to come back and want more and go for it, and overcome hurdles and obstacles. And but their competitiveness and just their demeanor every single day was the same for 4 years, and will be for the next 5 days, as we continue to get ready. And today's over. We'll evaluate it tonight and then move on to the next one. And when we wake up in the morning, they'll be ready to do the same thing over again. But very proud of them, and they've delivered.
Thank you, Coach Skinner, for your time today. We will
Thank
be joined
you.
We will be joined momentarily